Hello, welcome to Story Time with Jen. Today we're going to be reading The Secret of the White Buffalo by C.J. Taylor. The winter had been cold and long. The people grew restless waiting for spring. Arguments broke out over who should do the work of the village. Children paid no attention to their parents. Parents lost patience with their children. The elders tried to keep the peace but were not listened to. The elders hoped that the coming of spring would make everyone feel better and stop the arguments. When the buffalo returned, everyone would be busy, cutting and drying meat, stretching, scraping, and tanning hides. And there would be feasting and dancing and goodwill. The weather grew warmer, but the buffalo did not return. Where were they? Scouts must be sent out to look for them. The two best scouts in the village were Black Knife and Blue Cloud. Both were young and strong and knew the plains and the distant hills. Otherwise, they were very different. Black Knife was selfish and bad-tempered, always complaining, showing off, and fighting if he did not get his way. Blue Cloud was kind and good-natured, always ready to help. The two scouts walked for days but saw no sign of the buffalo herds. "We're wasting our time," Black Knife said. "Let's go back." Blue Cloud objected. "Our people are depending on us. We must keep searching." As he spoke, he saw footprints on the soft ground leading towards the hills. "Perhaps someone is lost and needs help," he said. "We've no time to help someone stupid enough to get lost," Black Knife complained. "Let's go back." But Blue Cloud walked on, following the footprints, and Black Knife had no choice but to come grumbling after him. If he left Blue Cloud and went back to the village alone, he would never be chosen to scout again. Suddenly, both young men stopped as they saw someone coming down from the hills. It was a woman. Her long black hair floated around her. Her dress was made of the finest white buckskin, and on it were beads of many colors. She was the most beautiful woman either of them had ever seen. "I want her," Black Knife announced. "I'm going to take her back with me." "But she may not want to go with you," Blue Cloud protested. "We must respect her." "Respect?" Black Knife sneered. "She is only a woman. If she doesn't want to come with me, I'll drag her." "Don't say such a thing," Blue Cloud warned. "She might hear you." Blue Cloud stared in awe at her beauty. She was like someone from another world. When he found his voice, he said, "Are you lost? Can we help you?" But the woman ignored him and spoke to Black Knife. "I know what you are thinking," she said. "You want to force me to go with you. I dare you to come and try." Black Knife lunged toward her. Blue Cloud tried to stop him, but he was too late. Just as Black Knife was about to touch the woman, a cloud descended. When the cloud lifted, Black Knife had disappeared. Only his bow and quiver of arrows remained on the ground. Blue Cloud realized that this was a sacred woman with great powers, and he was frightened. Would she make him vanish like Black Knife? But when the woman spoke to Blue Cloud, her voice was gentle, and he lost his fear. "You are a good man, Blue Cloud. I have a message for you to deliver to your village. Tell your people that what you have seen here. Tell them the fighting and the arguing must stop. They must prove they can work together. They must build a great tipi in the center of the village. When it is finished, I will come." Blue Cloud hurried back to the village and told the elders what had happened. The elders called the people together. The chief spoke. "You have not listened to us when we tried to make peace among you. Black Knife did not listen, and he is gone. If we do not listen, we too may perish. Are you ready to listen now?" Slowly, one by one, each member of the tribe answered, "Yes." A change came over the village. Everyone brought something to the task. Even the children helped. A beautiful teepee of white hide rose before them. At last, the teepee was finished. They had all worked together without fighting. They gathered to look at what they had achieved. The chief sat at the entrance to the teepee, the other elders inside to wait for the arrival of the sacred woman. She walked into the village singing. A hush fell over the people. Blue Cloud, watching her, thought she looked even more beautiful than before. Her hair, lifted by the wind, floated behind her. In her arms, she carried a bundle covered with the same white buckskin as her dress. The woman entered the teepee. "I am White Buffalo Woman. I have come to bring you a gift." She knelt in the center of the teepee. Sunlight streamed upon her through the smoke hole. The elders sat in a circle around her. At the entrance, the people gathered to watch. The woman placed a bundle in front of her and slowly opened it to reveal a pipe with a buffalo carved on one side. Attached to the stem were 12 eagle feathers tied with sweetgrass and 4 ribbons, black, white, red, and yellow. The sacred woman of the white buffalo held up the pipe. "You have shown yourselves to be worthy, therefore I bring you this pipe." She held it out to the chief and explained, "The buffalo stands for the earth, our mother who gives us food. The eagle feathers stand for the sky and the 12 moons. The sky is our father who watches over us. The ribbons represent the 4 corners of the world. When you smoke this pipe, you must offer it to each in respect to earth. The black is for the west, whose thunder sends us rain and makes the seeds grow. The white is for the north that sends the cooling winds. The red ribbon is for the east, the home of the first light. It brings wisdom. The yellow is for the south that gives us summer sun to make the grass grow tall in the fields. You have shown yourselves worthy of it by working together in harmony. Use it with peace in your hearts and it will make you prosperous." White Buffalo Woman handed the pipe to the chief to pass around among the elders. Then she rose and walked out of the teepee. The people separated to let her pass. They watched as she moved through the village and into the fields. Suddenly, she began to run, and as she ran, she was transformed into a magnificent white buffalo. Then, just as miraculously, a herd of buffalo appeared, grazing in the fields beyond the village. The people treasured the pipe. Whenever they were tempted to quarrel among themselves, they remembered that only through peace could they solve problems and prosper. Soon they were offering the pipe to the peoples of other villages. They explained its meaning just as White Buffalo Woman had explained it to them, that it must be used with understanding of what nature gives and what people must do in return. They hoped that its message would spread west, north, east, and south to the ends of the earth. The end. And that's it for today's episode of Storytime with Jen. We will see you tomorrow.